Oh no. Oh yeah. Hi guys, it is October 31st. Fia is behind me and we are just hanging out because she won't sleep. So I am trying to brainstorm and see how much inventory I have with me right now, because October 31st means I have less than a month until the Handicraft Fair, which is super exciting. It's called the Makers Market. It's here in my Summerall town, and I'm very nervous to do it because I have a baby and I have not been able to make a ton of inventory. So we'll see if I'm able to sell just clothes, or I might dabble in some stickers and cards from my art. So we'll see. But realizing it's less than a month, I need to get busy. So tomorrow I'm going to do just that. Alright guys, I'm outside to talk because I don't want to wake up my baby in there. But basically it is 9:38 right now, and I'm going to see how long I can sew for until she wakes up. I had some things to do this morning and she's still sleeping, so I'm hoping to get to some sewing, and we'll see how long I have until she wakes. Okay, just wanted to show it is 10:25. She's awake now, so I'm going to go get her. And I finished this jacket, so it was perfect timing on her part to wake up right when I was doing the last little bit of seam right there. So this one's done, and I got one project done per her first nap-ish. So this project took 45 minutes to complete, and I had cut it out beforehand, and that took about 20 minutes. So an hour and 5 minutes in all. And she was sleeping from the cutting out part, and then another nap later, as you saw, the 45-minute for when I pieced the hoodie together. So all in all, it was about an hour and 5 minutes, which is about one baby nap, I call it. So instead of saying like, oh, an hour to complete the project, I can say one baby nap to complete the project, or 2 short baby naps to complete the project. And I just think that's a fun, creative way to say how long things took for my sewing projects. Alright, so we're gonna just try on the hoodie because it's actually in her size. I want to see how it looks on her. How big is he? So big! Good girl! Looks so good on you. I love it. Hi guys, it is November 10th and it was a Saturday, so we went to a craft fair just to look around at the booths, and that was really productive because I got to see kind of a fresh perspective on what people do there and how close everything is. Even though it's not the one I'm actually going to be at, it's still helpful to see. I had my husband build a clothes rack for all my clothes to put on the table. I'm going to have one on the side too. But this one's going to go on the table, and you'll see it's wooden and he put together the twine and everything, which was really nice. I had him fold it, like so it could fold up. That way we can fit everything in the car. So you just go like this, and then you take this, put it in the middle, and twine should be taut on either side. So like that. And then you can hang all your lovely baby clothes on it. It's nice and short, so it looks like a normal clothes rack for adults, but it's nice for all the little shirts that I'm going to hang for them. All right.
That would be a wrap.
Good morning. I am just going through my inventory and marking down how much I have of everything, and also checking for loose threads. So I don't go through and cut my loose threads until the very end, and I might be regretting that now, having to go through everything and realizing I have a lot of stuff I've made and there's a lot of loose threads. So I might change that, but for now I am stuck with patrolling for all the threads. Anyway, this one's done, so I'm going to mark down another hat. I have my little piece of paper right here. That's totally a scrap piece of paper. My printer didn't work. So far I have 5 hats. As you probably have noticed, my baby does have a Larabar in her hand. I ate one and gave one to my baby, but she's not actually eating it. It's still in the wrapper. So she's enjoying that. So why this camera angle might be a little wonky is because I don't have a tripod. Why do I not have a tripod? Well, we got in a wreck 3 days ago now. So my tripod was in the back of the car, haha, because I was taking photos. So the tripod got ruined. So I found a bunch of resin boards Monday night, and I asked the director if we could use those, and she said yes, because we're trying to do a bunch of different things that people are selling, so I didn't want to add a duplicate last minute. So I asked, and she's like, no one's selling resin boards, you can go for it. So super excited to add to the lot. It has nothing to do with baby clothes, but I have a bunch from last year that I was unable to use, so I'm going to use that too. Alright, just to show you, this is some of the stuff we're dealing with: an easel, chalkboard with all my prices and inventory on there, people to look at. We got some bags here. This is a box full of my dresses and hoodies. A tier thing for all those cute little ash beanies I'm going to sell. Got a cash box, and we got lots of baby hangers back there. So yeah, super exciting. I just am going to put on the screen now all the things. I made a list of what I would need in case it would help you. So my friend is coming over and I need to clean this up. But I got out like my huge resin box, which you found a bunch of games in there too from our moving. But we have some resin trivets, we have some resin like little hanger things, we have some ornaments that I made, and then we have my boards. And my boards I just put behind here. They're a bunch of, let's see if we can get nice zoomed up. There we go. It's like a beach one, and they're like sand, and they're super pretty. I have a bunch of YouTube videos about making them if you want to see. So yeah, anyway, that's my pile. I'm going out with a friend now, that's why I'm dressed nice. And we're going Black Friday shopping, but it's like during the week, so it shouldn't be too hectic, which is good. But we're just going across the river and going shopping, so that should be fun. It is Tuesday, is the last day that I said I would craft, but I'm just going to take it easy today because I have everything pretty much prepared except the resin boards, which came out of nowhere. So I'm going to price those and then I'll be ready. Hello everyone, it's a couple days after the craft show and I'm going to do the craft show recap. So something surprising happened. I did not sell as much as I expected, and maybe that goes for a lot of people, but I came in with a lot of high hopes and they were dashed. But I just learned a lot from the whole experience and learned that I can keep doing the craft shows if I want to, or I can try selling through my friends and selling on social media. So I'm still thinking about what I want to do, but the recap is I only sold 5 things, which is crazy. I was there 7 hours from 9 to 4, no break. There was a little bit of a break where I was having my husband run the booth while I went and did a performance with my students in a separate area of the craft show, so that way they could do some live music for the people milling about. But even though I only sold 5 things, there was some consolation in that everyone was selling very slowly. There wasn't a ton of people about, and I think I just got a bad show, which is really sad. The nice thing was I had a lot of people I knew, and so they came over and they bought some stuff, which was super sweet. And then I got to have really good conversations with those people, and I had other people comment on my stuff as they're passing by, and 3 people that I didn't know took my business card, which was cool. But otherwise, I talked with a lot of people afterward and they're like, yeah, this was a very slow show compared to the shows in the past, and it had gotten bigger than the last couple of years. So there was 60+ vendors, and one person said it kind of seemed ingrown, so like the people who used to shop there were like, oh, I want to be a vendor too, and started vending, and then they weren't shopping, right, because they have their own booth. And it was interesting to kind of hear that and kind of see that for myself. So another person said that it's nice to come a couple times, like a couple years in a row, because then people recognize you and they're like, oh, I've seen you before, like want to see your stuff in person each time. Then they're more likely to buy, like, you know, ads they show several times in a row, because your brain the first time might not pick up on it, but the second time they're like, oh, that's really cool, like, and then the third time they're like, oh, this ad keeps showing to me, maybe I should buy it. And so that same thing kind of happens with vending. You want to vend the same shows over and over. Thing is, I don't know if I want to vend this show again. It is only 7 minutes from my house, which is super nice, and I know a lot of people there and they're super nice. It's a lovely homeschool resource center and I love it so much. But I'm not sure if I want to try a different show, not do a show, do this show again. So still thinking about that. However, it was nice to know it was slow in general for people, that I wasn't feeling bad that everyone else was selling so much and I wasn't, that my stuff was bad quality or didn't look good or wasn't set up good. I think I could definitely like learn how to set up better and learn how to price my stuff better. Like there's a lot of learning things I learned. teaching moments that I learned. But besides that, I think it looked pretty good, and you can see a picture like of how it looked. I liked it a lot, and I would do things a little bit differently where I'd have more variety maybe of different sizes. Some people were like, oh, I'd love this like little pinafore dress for my doll for my little girl. Like have it really small or have it larger. Like there was a 17-month-old like milling about, and she was like, oh, are there any like bigger sizes? I'm like, no, sorry, I have like 12 through 18 months, but that was like 18-month. He would have grown out of it. He was pretty big. So obviously like having more sizes available. I only had 0 through 3 month, 3 to 6 month, and 12 through 18 months. So I could have definitely had more sizes in a bigger category like 2T or 3T. I also got little dress patterns on Cyber Monday because I couldn't help myself. I was like, well, even though the show didn't work, like I can just make this for Fia because it's super cute, and the sizes go up to size 4. So if I do sell again, I could always make those other dress patterns as well in bigger sizes. What else did I learn? I also learned that I have to explain to people why my clothes were so expensive. They were $25 each, and I had them at that price because it was slow fashion. It wasn't fast fashion where you just get them printed in China, but I had designed the art, put the art on organic fabric, and then made the whole dress and made the whole hoodie. I also paid for the booth fee and paid for different things and different fasteners, and all of this added up into the price range that I chose for my items to sell. Learn to not be afraid and just be like, hey, welcome, this is my shop. Like, I design my own art on these clothes, and people would be like, really? And I've asked like, are you an artist? So I get like started talking with them because I don't want to like just have them learn all about me. I want to learn about them too, and getting a conversation started about art is super interesting. And I learned from several people that they had gone to school for apparel design, which was so cool, and then they had like branched into jewelry or become a dancer. So I kind of learned about people's histories with that as well, and knowing that maybe they had explored that revenue for a while and then decided to go into a different hobby or job. So I realized that this might be not a full-time thing I do forever, but this might be just for a little hobby, just for a little couple years, and then move on to something else. And that's how I work, and that's probably what will happen. But I mean, art is always a huge thing for me, but I explore different options within the art world. So I've done like portrait, like realism portrait, and just working on the face constantly. But now I've gone into like little motifs and putting them on fabric, and that's something totally different from realistic portraiture. So I think it'll just be a different, that's why I'm trying to see like if pop-up shops is another way to explore my art and creativity, or if I should delve into something else. I want to share a story. My booth neighbor to the left of me made charcuterie boards, and so he made like maple and walnut and purple heart like all together in these beautiful striped wooded charcuterie boards, and they were so beautiful. And someone stopped by. They only got a couple sales too, but someone stopped by and like loved this thing, and like she came back a couple times, like to get their number and to get like what the different kinds of woods were exactly, and she was like, you have a gift, and this is like blessing other people. And she was just super encouraging to them, and it made me encouraged because I was like, wow, like their gift to the world was sharing these charcuterie boards, and someone's going to have a meal and share lots of blessings and encouragement with others throughout their life on like around this charcuterie board full of food. So I thought that was really cool, just like their hobby was able to bless someone else, and then that person with the charcuterie board will be able to bless other people, and the blessing will just keep on going. And I loved the idea, and I think you can implement into any hobby. Like my little dresses, like I'm able to bless a mom who can clothe her little baby in this, and then their baby can be a blessing to others because they see how cute she is in this little dress, and they are filled with joy from that. And so I think yeah, yeah, slow living and slow fashion and slow everything can just bless others when they see something unique and beautiful. I'm going to close out this super long video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please comment below if you have had a bad first experience with the craft show and if it paid off to continue or to not, and to delve into some other different hobbies. So it was also really fun to have my baby with me, and she slept underneath the table for part of the craft show, which was crazy because it was so loud there, but I was like, she is such a good baby just sleeping under there. So I got to talk to some people and they're like, oh, you have a baby? I'm like, yeah, she's sleeping underneath the table. Yeah, she did so good, and I just love having her there.